Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again, introducing you to my Mass Effect 3 Insanity Difficulty video walkthrough. We're still Casey Rybacking our way through the Citadel, and this is the level where you're going to be learning a hell of a lot more about the assassin that's working for Cerberus. A guy called Kai Leng, but I'm not going to call him that because I always forget it and I always mix it up, so I'm just going to call him Kim Chi, because I'll not forget that because it sounds funny. But this section here is going to be a bunch of phantoms, and there's going to be a bunch of normal dudes, and the phantoms themselves, if they're at a distance and you've got your team with you, are pretty easy. You can smash them. But God help you if they get close and you do not have a way of dealing with them quickly. Because the phantoms, they hurt so much, and the only thing that hurts more than their one-hit kill grab is the stupid hand, Dragon Ball Z shotgun nonsense that they do, where they can run at you with their hand raised up and they will be shooting you and you don't even see the bullets. You don't see energy, you don't see anything. You just see your shield just disintegrate, and your life will follow it if you don't get to cover. And because they can be really aggressive, sometimes you can't get away. There's just nothing you can do, and it works against you big time. But as long as you know where they are and you can act accordingly, if you can get rid of the barrier, you can singularity them, but they'll go invisible and they'll try and regenerate it. And if they do go invisible, she gets back so much life, you need to stay on her. The one cool thing about the fact that she runs away is if you can spot her when she's invisible, you can punish her for it. But right then, the reason I jump over and I come back here is because it immediately triggers a spawn, and you'll notice that is a phantom and she's really close. So the first thing I do is I run all the way back here, take down her barrier, then singularity bounces her, and then I smash her in the tits. It's that simple. But if you stay back here, you can use the cover trick that I'm doing right now, and you can just pepper as many soldiers as you want. You'll notice there's a nemesis over there with a shield. That is her draining my shield. And I don't know why the game does this, but when she hits you, it slows down. There's like this. It's a palpable slowdown to try and tell you that you're in danger, and I don't know if it's just stylistic. I'm not too sure what it is, but it happens every time she shoots you. It's kind of weird. And I'm sure there's some Mass Effect buff that's going to drop a message telling me, or drop a comment saying, this is what it is. If you read this book, or if this fan fiction was on your desktop, you'd probably understand it too. But same with the nemesises. If you can overload the shield and then hit them, they'll die really quick. But the team I carry does not have overload for some reason, and it's all because I like having a tank with me. But job's done, simple. You can rush across now and just keep pushing forward and being careful not to trigger spawns that you can't get in cover from. Because the only time this game is difficult is when you can't control the gunfights. As long as the encounters go out of your control, you're probably going to die. And as long as you can keep them in your grasp, you might never die. You might just boss it. But, I had a lovely observation earlier which made me kind of laugh, so I've got to share it with people because it's just how I am. Like, have you ever noticed that the people that call somebody a racist are generally really racist? I know it's a generalization, but it's kind of fucking true. It's kind of how it works. Like, it's one of those things where I don't understand that, because to me, right, I'm not going to go into a full-blown racism discussion, but I could, because I have really strong beliefs on it. And like, I hate that guy that prefaces every sentence with "I'm not racist, but," because all that is a euphemism for him to say something that is probably racist. It's that simple. But at the same time, I believe that the instance somebody makes the distinction that they believe something to be racist, that in itself is racist. That's how I feel. And an example for people that aren't following what I'm trying to say here: if I were to say black right now, I'm hoping you wouldn't bat an eyelid, because at the end of the day, it is a colour, it is a word, it is just, it is part of a vocabulary that carries no weight, context, or tone. But to some people, they would probably take that as something that I should probably not say. And if I was in front of, for instance, a black person, and I say black, there are a lot of people that would be up in arms at you, and they would get really offended. But it's not like I'm saying to the guy, like, pointing and being like, black! as if it's a bad thing. There's no hate in my voice. It's just silly. And as soon as the person says, "Oh, you can't say that because it's racist," that to me, that person is a fucking racist. Because before he said it, nothing to do with race even crossed my mind. And this little topic is stemming from one of my Uncharted videos. I got called a racist today, folks, and this guy's dropped on a video, he's seen something that I've said, and to him he's deemed it as inappropriate. And that is something that is going to happen a lot to people that are new to my content. I say some stupid fucking shit. I really do, and I say it. And I hope people realise this. Anybody, my subscribers, I know, guys, you don't have to drop comments. You know what I'm like by now. You know I say things because I want to either make people laugh or I want to force people to see a perspective that they might not have seen before. And it is always in aid of getting either a belly laugh, getting a little scoffle, or just being like, that is just retarded. How can anybody say that? That's just stupid. And then laughing. That is always what it's about. It is never, you know, I want to breed hate. I want to become, you know, a spokesman against all different ethnicities. I want to be the most xenophobic, tyrannous, you know, dictatorship. That is not what I'm going for with anything that I say. But I just find it really funny, and this guy doesn't, because this guy's taking it super serious. And what it's about, there's a level on Uncharted where you go to the desert and you're fighting people in these sandy towns. Oh, a little tip here. These elevators that come down, if you shoot the things that the game tells you to shoot, it will skip a fight. Right there, I didn't realise that one was there. So I'm staring at the other one and it never comes down immediately. But if you shoot the power conduits on all of these elevators, you will skip a fight against phantoms. And you want to do that as quick as you can because it just makes it a lot easier. But I don't have much time to finish this thought, but I'm going to try. So anyhow, in this sandy village you take on this like paramilitary group that are working for the enemy, and I call them Sand People. And this guy has either never seen Star Wars or has never really heard of, you know, an adjective or a metaphor for something else, but he assumes that I'm calling, I hope, like Middle Eastern people, sand people, like that they play in sand or that they're sandy coloured or something stupid like that. He's completely took the context and the connotation away from what I said, and he's turned it into something racist. And he's called me a fucking racist for doing it. And it's amazing because the video gets so much worse for this guy. It's like everybody else is having a laugh and a joke, and they realise what it is, and there's this one dude that's just like, oh, just gasping all the way through my commentary. It's amazing. And he then follows this comment up by saying, for me then to go and say and reference Sinbad, and then go la 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 la, which I do on the video because I saw it on like a Romance in the Stone or something silly, that I was stooping low to comment this, referring back to his previous comment of, I am a fucking racist. And it tickled me to death, folks. It really did, because what I wanted to say, which I didn't, was that how can this dude shit on Sinbad? Because there's more truth in Sinbad than there is in like half of the religious doctrines and like dogmas that are around in that area of the world, because, you know, can't prove that shit happened, can prove Sinbad happened because there were a lot of fucking thieves. A lot of people doing some piracy, you know what I mean? They were pirates. But, oh, it just goes to show, if you hear me say something and you don't agree with it, or you think that it's offensive, then you're not understanding what I say. It's that simple. And if you don't like it, don't watch. Go somewhere else. It's literally, there it is. There is the line. I just drew it in the sand for the sand people. Just fuck that guy.